ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ ime ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla naanị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla naanị ya bụ ọkaka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etuga eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị gboo wee tụọ oge ebighị ebi. Onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe na ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkwa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịgị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt, gotu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwanyị akpụ isi ala nye, ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ Naija, ma na-asị, lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikuni ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na ebe gị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke, mana onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi, mara onye gị ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise.
Obodo ekwensu bụ zu, obodo abụrụ ọnụ bụ zu, adago wee rapụ ikuli ọzọ. The ungodly country, the criminal country called Naija, has fallen and will never ever rise again. He said to that prayer, Nnamdi Kanu. Good morning, everyone. I greet you. Obinna Jeremiah, I greet you. Thank you for joining me. Nnamdi Ogu, I greet you. Gladys Pure Heart, thank you so much for joining me. Every day you keep saying he said to this prayer. And as long as Nigeria continue to hold Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria will never see the light of the day. The weather here is very, very cold. And I almost couldn't even open my computer. But I said, let me, even if it's 20 minutes, let's keep the spirit and the fire burning. Nigeria have put themselves in a very big dilemma and can never ever come out of it. Never. They can never come out of it. Our Prime Minister granted an interview to Arise News some years ago. And do you know that that interview, some of these Afonja, APC, are trying to use it to fight Peter Obi. But our Prime Minister was not even interested in Peter Obi. Our Prime Minister was only talking about Nigeria. How that Nigeria is just a very failed country. And Nigeria is a criminal country. That it represents corruption. Very corrupt system. Now, I want you to hear him out again. As much as you try to use it to cover up and make it look like he's trying to fight Peter Obi, we don't care about Peter Obi's ambition of serving Nigeria. But all we know is that anyone that volunteers to serve Nigeria will end in shame. Like Bianco, no, the one you're seeing her picture. It's unfortunate that she had something to do with our eternal leader. But today she's a disgrace. A disgrace. Each time I see that picture, oh my God. Anyway, let me hear our Prime Minister.
It's criminal. Nigeria is being ruled by criminals, and they bring criminals. Peter Obi his name was in Pandora. He didn't deny it. It's also the part of money laundering, international money laundering crime. He has $15 million in offshore accounts.
But surely Obi, being a southerner, is on the side of your people.
That is the problem. Why must you have somebody that have to be in the side of my people? That is the dangerous diversity that have brought us this far, because it will never work. everything about Nigeria is what favors my people. I don't want what we want a Biafra where everything favors everybody. But when you have Nigeria, it is either Fulani. Now we don't even have Hausa anymore because Fulani have overshadowed them. So it is either you are fighting for Northerner as a Fulani Muslim, or you are fighting for Yorubas, or you are fighting for Igbo people. So how can you continue in that kind of system?
You see the point my prime minister was trying to make. The interviewer was telling him, but Peter Obi is from your own people. And then he's telling the interviewer that this is even the worst of the problem. Because Nigeria happened to be a very, very, dangerous, diverse entity that is not supposed to survive. And it cannot even survive like that. Because you are only waiting until when your own, somebody from your side, is in power, then you support that person from your side. And if that person from your side cannot come to power, you will remain marginalized for the rest of your life. This very reason why Igbo people, Biafrans, are marginalized forever. And there is a sworn decision never to allow them come to that position. So when you are telling him that Peter Obi is from your own side, he said, no, we need a nation where everyone in that country is included, is carried along, not a place whereby we say, it is my own person that is in power. Then let it no. For example, here in Italy, I don't even know where the prime minister comes from. There are so many regions in Italy. If she comes from the Veneto or come from the Lombardia or come from anywhere, we don't know. But all we know is that she is the prime minister of Italy, and everybody in Italy are enjoying the dividends of democracy, irrespective of where that person comes from. But in Nigeria, it's not like that. So it is the crime that continues to persist in Nigeria. That is why only criminality will survive in that Nigeria. The reason why holding Nnamdi Kanu because he's an Igbo man, or because he's a Biafran, and because he's fighting for the freedom of Biafra, will cost Nigeria their nationhood or their so-called one Nigeria. It will cost them, because Nnamdi Kanu even wished that it worked. But eventually it is obvious it cannot work, because the people that even want it to work are the people that are being punished for wanting it to work. Do you understand? Today, Tinubu is being put in a very disgraceful light. Disgrace. Look at what is happening to him. Do you know the man they call Reno Omokri? Omoyele Sowore called Tinubu a criminal. And they continue to insist. They never knew the reason why Omoyele Sowore continued to insist that Tinubu is a criminal. They never knew why, until they drag him to court, and they are judging him. Omoyele Sowore brought an evidence. Do you know the evidence he brought? That Reno Omokri, who Tinubu eventually appointed as an ambassador, who I know and you know he is in a pot of soup right now, is the evidence Omoyele Sowore presented in the court. His own ambassador pick is the one that have confirmed that Tinubu is a criminal and is a drug lord. Tinubu has not denied it till tomorrow. And he cannot deny it because there are evidence to show. It is Reno Omokri that brought all the evidence out. So Nigeria, are you so proud of having a drug lord, a criminal who cannot even deny that he's a criminal, as your president? And when I see Bianco no, hey, oh my God, who is following Tinubu up and down, even though his own people, her own people, Biafran people, are suffering, are being marginalized under this same shameless, evil Tinubu. I shake my head. Look at Bianco no. Let me show you people. Look at Bianco no. Let me enlarge this picture. Or how do I know? Wait, let me see. Hold on, guys. Look at this lady. What a disgrace. I see her and I shake my head. And that's why I know that all these people, God will punish them. They will never ever, escape the judgment of Chukwu Kabiam. Look at this lady. Do you know that this lady went with Tinubu? Look at that. Reaction as Bianca Ojukwu. Hope this thing is enlarged enough. Let me enlarge it more. Enlarge it more so that people can read it very well. Reactions as Bianca Ojukwu is captured with President Tinubu at the bilateral engagement between Nigeria and Turkey at the presidential palace Ankara, Turkey, during President Tinubu's ongoing state visit to Turkey. Odiego, why did she restrict her comment section? So Bianca, no. So if you're joining Tinubu, look at her. What a disappointment and a shame and disgrace to Biafra. Look at this lady. First lady on a foreign trip. Hey, Chineke Nnamdi. Odiego, why did she restrict her comment section? She should please unlock it. I want to check something. It is so shameful that she is hanging out with this hater and enemy of her own people. She posted it on her own social media handle, but she covered a restricted comment because she know if what she is doing is good, if what Bianca Ono is doing is good, and she is proud of representing Tinubu and representing APC and representing Nigeria, why did she lock her comment section? Unlock it. Let people appreciate you. Let your people, let them praise you and sing your praises. You are with Tinubu in Turkey. Tinubu is signing deal with an Islamic state, with a state that is also acknowledging Nigeria as an Islamic state. So you are now working with an Islamic state. What is the hope and the aspirations of your people? What is the future of your own people? Bianco, no. Open your comment section if you are so proud. Ndi Igbo, be wise, oh. No go die for nothing. Look at her. Look at this lady. Somebody now posted. The person that posted this particular piece is one Alhaji, Dr. Alhaji Kowokbe. He said that Tinubu took over their region, then took their first lady on a foreign trip. So they are now calling Tinubu a goat, a very powerful person. Okay? So this is not the main reason why I am, or the evidence I have to show you that Tinubu is in problem and Nigeria is gone. This is Omo election. Now, the greatest Nigerians, let us flood the internet with this Reno Omokri's revelation about Tinubu. It is time to make the Senate look stupid for confirming someone like Reno. It is also good time to make Reno uncomfortable. Let us see how the idiot will deny this. Are you concerned? Look at this is in the court. I will play the DC for you. Don't worry, I'll play it. First of all, let me play the one of Omo election. Omo election was in court. Now listen to what Showore said. Openly everywhere, Showore is calling Tinubu a criminal, and there's nothing they can do about it because it is the truth, and nothing but the truth. Listen to Showore after the court process, and here is a press briefing. Listen.
The judge admitted in evidence several statements that was made by now his ambassador to nowhere, Reno Omokri, that the president is a drug lord. International drug lord. He repeated it severally that the judge got a point and said, please stop playing. Just mute the mic. It was embarrassing. And we asked the DSS, didn't you clear this guy? Even after saying all this, the guy said he doesn't know how they cleared him.
They didn't know how to clear him.
The judge admitted in evidence.
You see now, let's play Reno Omokri is saying about this. This is Reno Omokri. You see him? This guy, anywhere you talk about Igbo people, Pira Obi. Now, come and see. Now they say breaking news. A reliable source within the APC said Reno might be removed as an ambassador. The APC leaders are seriously angry that his past videos are being used to mess Tinubu up in court. Yes, his past videos are being used to mess Tinubu up in court. Now, that the court has admitted it as an evidence, it will forever be a reference point. Somebody shout hallelujah. Come and hear Reno or mockery. Come and listen to Reno or mockery. Which one should I start from?
And not a conviction. There is not a conviction. There is that school of thought around it. Does it hold any weight for you?
No, I have a master's in law from the United Kingdom.
Wait, maybe I should play this one first.
I went to the court where Bola Tinubu had this issue. I went to the Chicago State University. I went there, I saw the documents myself. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. I went there. Another person isn't telling me. You see the picture on the screen? I took that picture. If you move to the right, you're going to see me that picture. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. He has this man who's meant to be the Minister of Labour and Productivity, or rather say on productivity, who went on TV to try to hoodwink Nigerians, telling them that the charge against Bola Tinubu was just for tax, that all he paid was tax, and he had nothing to do with drugs. That is a big lie. I have the document here. Nigerians can see it. I hope you can see it on the screen here. I have the document.
He provided document and evidence to show that Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, is a drug lord, a convicted drug lord. Evidence that Bola Tinubu is a criminal. Did Nnamdi Kanu say it? Now, this one said it. And Bola Tinubu have made him an ambassador, which he will never become anyway. But Nnamdi Kanu exposed it. And even much more of the evil going on in Nigeria. Bola Tinubu is angry. And Bola Tinubu's brother condemned Nnamdi Kanu without law, using Bible. God will punish all of you. Look at the evidence. He brought it to court.
Tinubu was just for tax, that all he paid was tax, and he had nothing to do with drugs. That is a big lie. I have the document here. Nigerians can see it. I hope you can see it on the screen here. I have the document here. It actually says, and if you look at it, it says docket. A docket, and as I'm speaking, your viewers can go on Google and fact check me. A docket is used for a criminal pending. A criminal pending. So you don't use a docket for a civil matter. And then right on the very first paragraph on this docket, it says that this is a forfeiture action under section under 21 USC section 881. USC is the United States Criminal Code. I will say it again. USC is the United States Criminal Code. Now, if you
United States Criminal Code, Bola Tinubu is a criminal known by the USA. No wonder the President of America, Donald J. Trump, called them a now disgraced country.
USC is the United States Criminal Code. I will say it again. USC is the United States Criminal Code. Now, if you're watching at home, you can go on Google and you can fact check me. The United States Criminal Code is Title 18, USC, United States Criminal Code. And I'm going to read what Section 881 of the USC, the Criminal Code, says. Now, this is it. I'm reading it. Nigerians can see it here. This is what I'm reading. It says,
evidence.
The following shall be subject to forfeiture to the United States, and no property rights shall exist in them. All monies, negotiable instruments, securities, or other things of value furnished or intended to be furnished by any person in exchange for a controlled substance or listed chemical in violation of this subchapter. All proceeds traceable to such an exchange, and all monies, negotiable instruments, and securities used or intended to be used to facilitate any violation of this subchapter. The word used there is controlled substances. Now, for Nigerians who may not understand this, a controlled substance are what they call narcotics, hard drugs. In this case, it was value furnished or intended to be furnished by any person in exchange for a controlled substance or listed chemical in violation of this subchapter. All proceeds traceable to such an exchange, and all monies, negotiable instruments, and securities used or intended to be used to facilitate any violation of this subchapter. The word used there is controlled substances. Now, for Nigerians who may not understand this, a controlled substance are what they call narcotics, hard drugs. In this case, it was white heroin. Bola Tinubu was involved in a white heroin cartel. And he was the treasurer of that cartel. And then he put some monies into an account. He was working for Mobile. And as he was working for Mobile, his salary was $2,400. Yet he paid in a total of $1.4 million into several accounts. Now, he was asked to explain how he got those monies. He could not explain how he got those monies. So one of those accounts, the money's in there, $460,000. It was forfeited to the United States government. It was not taxed. Now, there is only one agency of the United States government that has been given the authority to take forfeited amount, and that is the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. If you look at the case of the U.S. state, the state versus Ishmael Zambalda, who was the leader of the Sinaloa drug cartel, the exact same language that was used in this docket is the exact same language that was used for that man, Ishmael Zambalda. And if you're watching me, you can Google it. That it says that you agree to forfeit $5 million to the United States. Word for word with what was used for Bola Tinubu. The only difference is the amount. Bola Tinubu forfeited $460,000. Ishmael Zambalda forfeited $5 million. But the source of the money came from the same place, drugs.
Yeah, but Barry, let me come in very quickly. So some people who observe the school of thought will say to you, forfeiture is in fact a civil proceeding, not a criminal proceeding. What do you say to that? Also, an indictment is an allegation. And not a conviction. There is that school of thought around it. Does it hold any weight for you? And not a conviction. There is that school of thought around it. Does it hold any weight for you?
No, I have a master's in law from the United Kingdom. You know, the man who came to speak, what's his name? Festus Keyamo. And look, the legal...
Rano Omokri said he has a master's in law from the United Kingdom, so he knows what he's saying. This evidence are the evidence that Sowore brought to court. As they were playing it in court, even the judges, Tinubu's men in court, they were so ashamed after they have admitted this particular evidence. They admitted it, and as they were playing it, their ears were itching them. I am telling you, I told you before from this platform that Nigeria will never get it right again. Everything about Nigeria will be nosediving, nosediving, nosediving. That is the prayer of Nnamdi Kanu. That's the reason why I told you, those that don't understand that prayer, I will pray it for you and explain it to you. Nnamdi Kanu, with the truth in his mouth and with the prayer on his knee, have brought down the zoo. And you know the zoo, it will never rise again. The same word our prime minister used and said, they will never ever rise again. Our prime minister said, I will be your end. Our prime minister said, if you think you can eat me, you are eating cancer. You see, Nigeria did everything to blackmail Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. They tried to convince Finland to repatriate him and extradite him. Simon Ekpa today is being vindicated. Now, Simon Ekpa in his position is even more legitimate 1 billion times more than anybody in the zoo. Simon Ekpa is in Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is more holy, whiter than snow. There's nobody in Nigerian leadership today that can compare with the integrity of Simon Ekpa. There's nobody in Nigerian leadership today that can compare anywhere close to Nnamdi Kanu. These are the people they have condemned. These are the people they claim that they are terrorists. There's people, I am telling you, the prayer of Nnamdi Kanu and the truth from his mouth. And these are not people that are just telling you something without living it. They tell you and they live by it. That's the reason why when these two leaders are calling for Biafrans to unite, it is time for us to unite to fight this common enemy. Anybody that is opposing to it, even you saw it from the homeland, you saw the way they were requesting because they are holding the line. Already fear is on the camp of the enemy. All the bomb they have thrown to BLA, all rocket, propane, grenade, every kind of atomic bomb, everything they have thrown to our boys on ground. Some of them, the ones that means more harm, when they fall, they will not explode. Didn't you see them yesterday? Are they going after civilians? Are they going after our people? But they threaten them that they are terrorists. They threaten them that they are criminals. And then they have sworn and said, if we are against our people, may we never see good. That is why the God of the land is with Igwe Butuzo and his men. That is why the spirit of Biafra is guiding and protecting our two leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. And as they are coming out from wherever they are being held, they are coming out with the victorious Biafra flag with them. You see this man that is here. They used him against us. They used him continuously. Today, they try to reward him. But right now, everything he said, the truth he ever said in his mouth, is this particular thing now. And that is what is going to destroy Bola Tinubu government of the zoo of Nigeria. He is a lawyer from the United Kingdom with certificate, and everything he said about Tinubu, he came with evidence. No wonder Sowore was so confident, knowing fully well that there is no way Nigeria can win him. No wonder Sowore was so confident by supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, knowing fully well that what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing is legitimate, even though Sowore is a one Nigerianist. Yet he believed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have his own rights to go for what he's asking for because it is legitimate. Legitimate. Read my lips. Legitimate. Nigeria is illegitimate. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is legitimate. The only way they tried now to cover up is by employing this idiot to become an ambassador. Now, the truth he exposed about Tinubu is what Omoyele Sowore is using in the court. And you know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have not started though. Do you know what? All those evidence that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had, all the witnesses he said he will bring, he will still bring them in. I'm telling you, except maybe they have to set him free unconditionally. Otherwise, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appeal and they continue to appeal, and then until it gets to the international court where Nigeria will be completely decimated with the truth. Decimated with the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Look at him. They're trying to go left, right, and center. This idiot is telling them that he is a lawyer from the United Kingdom. Let him finish off and then I'll round up this morning.
No, I have a master's in law from the United Kingdom. You know, the man who came to speak, what's his name? Festus Keyamo. And look, the Legal Practitioners Privileges Council, they have to sanction Festus Keyamo because what he did was either very dishonest or very ignorant or both. And you've got foreign embassies who are watching this and they have equivalent titles to the senior advocate of Nigeria. If they watch on television this man speaking so ignorantly and so dishonestly, they're going to tell their own governments that, listen, we need to stop having equivalency with the senior advocate of Nigeria because standards have dropped. A forfeiture flows from look, you can have forfeiture in a civil matter, which is well, but most forfeitures will flow from a criminal charge. Most forfeitures will flow from a criminal charge, and you also have it here in the EFCC in Nigeria. You can check it in the EFCC in Nigeria. You have several governors who have gone to jail. I don't want to mention their names because I don't want to hurt their families, but they forfeited their houses, they forfeited monies in their accounts to the federal government through the EFCC. It's the same thing with the United States. It wasn't a civil matter. I mean, I just showed you the docket. I mean, I hope your cameras can catch it. If you're watching me on at home, go on Google. Don't take my word. Assuming Reverend Omokri is lying to you, check the word docket. A docket is not used for a civil matter. This is a criminal matter. Look at it here. You know, it says there, you know, I'm going to read it for you. Docketed July 28th. And then it says that verified complaint of forfeiture. Is a complaint used in a civil matter? So, I mean, these people, they are trying to hoodwink Nigerians. They are trying to pull the wool over the eyes of Nigerians. And it's so disappointing.
Just to butt in there.
That is it. And you know what? I want to say thank you to Mazi Tunde Ednot. I don't know where that guy come from. Whether he's a Yoruba, I think he's a Yoruba, but he uses the word Mazi Tunde Ednot. He's the one that shared that video I just played now. They are bringing them back to show you. Look, the honest people in Nigeria, the sincere people in Nigeria, they are going to join forces together, vindicate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, set the zoo ablaze, and the innocent people will be free. The gullible people also, some of them will be set free. But those that are insisting, we are one Nigeria, we are one Nigeria, we are one Nigeria, Nigeria will happen to some of you. Hey, and your name will become sorry. You see these two men are sitting behind me, you will forever be grateful to them. You forever be grateful to our one and only Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And you will forever be grateful to our one and only Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Any other person, when they tell you any other thing, nah, boo boo ya ya. I am Van Van Van. Will continue. No shaking, no going back until we are all ushered into our glorious land of Biafra, the land of the rising sun. The end of the zoological republic of Naija is now, and it is forever cemented. You see, Tinubu, maybe that journey he went to Turkey, maybe that day everything about him go finish, and everything about Nigeria go end, and then come back and then open the prison doors and let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. Ndarụ ndị Chineke bụrụ ọnụ obodo ajọ mmụọ bụ Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. Tụfịa akwa unu niile Chineke bụ ọnụ Bianca ono Chineke ga-akpọ gị ọkụ. You are dining and eating with the enemies of your people, with the enemies of Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu, a holy leader of the Biafran people. God will destroy you. I'm telling you that. And anyone that is supporting APC or involving in Nigeria politics and you are a Biafran, if you do not resist that lure with money and come out from among them, you will suffer. You will suffer. Reject anything Nigeria offers you and stand for your own people. It is either you do it now or you will never have the opportunity to do it again. I am Rafael Chamaka Ajere, Minister of Information, Biafra Republic Government in Exile. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you later today. Come and see